Hey everyone, I'm back again, and today I have a message for you guys which is all around navigating one of the most difficult and challenging situations that any of us human beings can ever get involved in, which is the breakdown of intimate relationship. And I really want to dive into this one in the hope that it meets you where you most need it. And maybe you can reflect back on times in the past where you might have experienced some sort of breakdown of relationship, and maybe you just did not handle it in the best way possible, and you'd love to understand what's driving our poor behavior, what's behind, all the things that hurt us. And I know if you're listening to a video like this one, then you definitely like to grow through every challenge, and you're not willing to settle for mediocrity and a lower standard of who you can be. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is navigating breakups. And what the point is of today's message is, even if the other person is 97% at fault, you want to be really interested in your 3%. And I'm going to dive into and I'm going to unpack why that's important and kind of what's at play behind the scene, and how you can make even the most horrible experience that we want to avoid, when we have to leave somebody in our lives. And I want you to be empowered by today's message and to transition your mindset so you're out of that feeling of loss and focused on all that you stand to gain. Okay, so this is a really powerful message. If you do know anybody struggling with a relationship challenge right now, please do share this message. I love being able to reach new people, so please do that if you feel called to. So why is it that we want to focus on our 3%? Right? Why is that so important? The reason is really for your own future success in the realm of relationship. Because until you figure out, how it is that you show up in ways that make you vulnerable to being disempowered, to being disappointed, to being abused in love, you won't actually be able to trust yourself to fully open up your heart again to another human being in the future. Right? Or even this same human being, if that's the case and you're going through a transitional point, right? So that's really what I want to talk to you guys about today. It is so key and important to focus on your 3%. It's not about tallying up who did wrong and who did the most wrong and, playing the victim. You are an empowered human being who was born for a hell of a lot more than getting fixated on what other people do. Despite how hurtful it is, your focus needs to definitely be on your 3%. Because as long as your attention stays fixated on what someone else did or didn't do, you are blind to all of the subtle, covert, and toxic ways, that you yourself co-created what happened. Okay, so when you go through these sort of transitions in your life, you've got to take responsibility. You've got to look at your part, and it really does become your mission, is to really, in this circumstance, reclaim your power and your life, right? Your identity. And you can only do that, if you're looking at your 3%, not their 97%, okay? And, that can only happen, you reclaiming your power and your life. That's only going to happen when you're willing to see clearly all of the many ways that you give your power away. You self-sabotage, you turn away from the truth, you borrow against your own well-being, and you show up as less than who you actually are. Okay, so that's my message for you guys today. I hope that it resonates and serves you, and it just gets you thinking about a way more empowered mindset when you have to go through the challenge like we all do and have around the breakdown of any of our close relationships. Okay? Don't get fixated on what you believe they did wrong. Focus on whatever that percentage is. It's not about the number. It's about you taking responsibility for how you co-created your own disempowerment, your own disappointment, and your own openness to abuse in love, if that's what's happened for you. Okay, so I hope this is a very empowering message for you guys, and it does get you thinking about, you know, what you've done, and when you're able to get away from the he or she did that, right, and it's their fault or whatever. When you're able to transition out of that and you can actually own your part without, you know, comparing, you're actually putting yourself in a position where you're going to trust yourself moving forward. You're going to be able to actually open your heart, you know, because you're owning it and you're not playing the victim. You're not feeling helpless in a world where it's scary and you could be attacked or, you know, abused or hurt again or whatever. And you're actually getting yourself to a place where you are fully stepping into your power as an individual. You're taking control of your future through being able to own your part. And when you own your part, you stop placing the blame on another human being and you actually get to see them for the truth of who they are. All right, because at the end of the day, you know, this person that you have been in relationship with, you've been there for a reason, right? Like there's been something good there. You've loved this person, you know, there's beauty, there's goodness there. And so what happens is what we make life so much harder than it needs to be for ourselves when we play the victim and we get caught up and fixated on what they did or didn't do, and we end up, you know, over analyzing and over focusing on their quote unquote negative qualities, which actually keeps us stuck and untrusting of ourselves to open up fully again. So do yourself a favor and get to the point where you're owning your co-created part, and you are definitely making sure that you're not focusing on all the negatives and what you think you're going to lose, but you're actually focused on the beauty and the goodness, because it's definitely there if you have been in relationship with somebody. So do yourself a favor, focus on the goodness, and focus on your own empowerment, reclaim your power and your life, and by doing so and focusing on your 3% rather than their 97% or however that rolls out, you know, you actually give yourself the gift of trusting yourself to open your heart so that you're not burned by love. You know, you're not going to let circumstances and experiences close you off from the very thing that we're here to experience, to give and receive. Okay, so I really hope this has served you, and I definitely want to check in with you guys. So drop me a comment, let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Have you got any questions or comments or words of wisdom on this topic? I'd absolutely love to connect and hear from you. So let me check in. I've got DB and Justin, much love to you, my friend, and Judy's here. And DB, happy Saturday night, V. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Always good to see you, DB. And yeah, I'm in my Sunday afternoon, so just cruising along. And yeah, hope you're doing amazingly well as well. And Alex is here, cool. And Shane, awesome. Happy International Women's Day, my beautiful and amazing friend. Oh, thank you so much, Shane. That's interesting. I didn't even know it was International Women's Day. It seemed to be like a bunch of them happening all year long, but I'll take it and I love it. Now, it's really good to see you again, and I hope you're doing really, really well. And Namal is here as well, and Alex. Awesome to see each and every one of you guys. Hope today's message has served you, and when you are navigating a breakup or in any other area of your life, whenever you're dealing with anybody else, you know, even if the other person is 97% at fault, you know, you really want to be interested in your 3%. Okay, I hope this message has really hit you in the heart and you're going to be empowered by it. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering. And I hope today's message has definitely definitely served you. And thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for showing up live. So appreciate getting to connect with you guys. Hope this has really, punched some empowerment into you as you need it. And please do share if you know somebody in your life currently who could do with a message like this one. And DB, thank you. Good to hear, my friend. Well, I'm signing off. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I'll see you tomorrow.